Welcome back to ABC General Hospital Spoilers channel. Today we're diving into the whirlwind of drama unfolding in Port Charles over the next 3 weeks. From September 29th straight through to October 17th. Get ready for a roller coaster ride packed with family feuds, shocking revelations, and heart-pounding confrontations that will keep you on the edge of your seat. The beloved town is buzzing with tension as old rivalries ignite and new alliances form, testing the limits of loyalty and love among our favorite characters. Let's start with the Quartermaine family saga, where Tracy Quartermaine finds herself face-to-face with an unexpected newcomer, Monica Quartermaine's long-lost sister, Veronica Bard. Tracy, known for her sharp tongue and ironclad control over the family estate, isn't about to roll out the red carpet for this mysterious relative. Veronica arrives with a backstory shrouded in secrecy rumor swirl that she spent years abroad, building a fortune in international business, only to return now with eyes on the Quartermaine legacy. The tension escalates during the highly anticipated reading of Monica's will, which delivers a bombshell twist that could upend everything. Spoilers hint that Veronica might walk away with ownership of the iconic Quartermaine mansion, a sprawling estate filled with hidden rooms and decades of family secrets. Imagine Tracy's fury as her world spins out of control. She might even plot a clever scheme involving old family documents to challenge the inheritance, drawing in other relatives like Ned and Olivia for backup. This power struggle promises explosive arguments and perhaps a few shattered vases in the living room, highlighting Tracy's desperation to protect what she sees as her rightful domain. Shifting gears to another explosive development, Nina Reeves pulls Liesl Obrecht aside for a conversation that could rewrite history. Nina reveals the stunning truth about Nathan West's survival, a secret that's been buried under layers of deception and grief. Nathan, presumed dead after a tragic incident years ago, has apparently been in hiding, possibly recovering from injuries in a remote clinic. While piecing together fragments of his lost life, Liesl, with her fierce maternal instincts and history of bold moves, might react with a mix of disbelief and overwhelming joy, immediately plotting to reunite with her son. This news could ripple through Port Charles, affecting everyone from old flames to current storylines, and it sets the stage for emotional reunions that tug at the heartstrings. Meanwhile, Elizabeth Baldwin steps up to confront Britt Westburn in what promises to be a fiery showdown. Elizabeth, ever the voice of reason with her nursing background and deep-rooted ties to the community, isn't holding back as she questions Britt's recent shady dealings. Britt, who's navigated her share of scandals as a doctor with a complicated past, might defend herself by revealing hidden motives tied to her professional ambitions. This clash could unearth buried resentments from their shared history, perhaps involving past romantic entanglements or professional rivalries at the hospital, adding layers of personal drama to their already strained relationship. In a twist that could alter family dynamics forever, Portia Robinson receives news that shakes her world to its core. Whispers suggest this life-changing revelation involves a surprise pregnancy, thrusting Portia into a classic soap dilemma, determining the paternity of her unborn child. Could it be Curtis Ashford, her steadfast partner with whom she's built a life full of love and challenges, including his undercover work and family ties? Or might it be Isaiah Gannon, the enigmatic figure who's recently entered her orbit with charm and mystery, perhaps from a fleeting encounter during a high-stakes medical conference? Portia, a dedicated doctor at General Hospital, will grapple with moral quandaries, consulting close friends like Jordan for advice while navigating the emotional minefield. This storyline might explore themes of trust and betrayal, with potential DNA tests and heartfelt confessions that keep viewers guessing week after week. The Port Charles Police Department ramps up its investigation by questioning Carly Spencer in connection to Drew Kane's shocking shooting. Carly, the resilient businesswoman who's faced down countless adversaries, finds herself in the hot seat as detectives probe her alibi and motives. Adding fuel to the fire, Elizabeth overheard Carly issuing a dire warning to Drew, threatening dire consequences if he interfered with her familiar words that now echo suspiciously. In light of the crime, Drew, recovering in the hospital with bandages and beeping monitors, might flash back to their heated exchange, which stemmed from business rivalries and personal vendettas. This interrogation could lead to Carly enlisting allies like Sonny to dig into alibis, while the truth about the shooter's identity hangs in the balance, promising more twists as evidence surfaces. Anna Devane and Harrison Chase team up to execute a critical search warrant, diving into a web of suspicion that might ensnare the wrong person. Fans are speculating that Kai Taylor could be falsely accused, his reputation on the line due to circumstantial evidence. Remember, Kai and Trina Robinson were caught breaking into Drew's home that fateful night, leaving fingerprints that could easily be misinterpreted. Anna, with her spy background and keen intuition, might uncover clues pointing to a larger conspiracy, perhaps involving corporate espionage or hidden agendas. Chase, the dedicated detective, adds his procedural expertise, methodically sifting through clues in a dimly lit evidence room. This operation could exonerate Kai, strengthening his bond with Trina and exposing the real culprit, all while heightening the drama in Port Charles' underbelly. Ava Jerome emerges as a surprising hero when she rushes to someone's aid, likely tied to the tense hostage situation involving Rick Lansing. Ava, with her gallery owner flair and history of cunning survival, might use her wits to negotiate or provide crucial information, drawing on past experiences with danger. Rick, entangled in a web of legal troubles and personal grudges, could be held captive in an abandoned warehouse, forcing Ava to confront her own demons from similar past ordeals. This act of bravery might redeem Ava in the eyes of skeptics, forging unexpected alliances and adding a layer of suspense as bullets fly and rescues unfold. Danger looms for Alexis Davis, who finds herself in a precarious situation that tests her resilience. As a lawyer with a knack for getting embroiled in high-stakes cases, Alexis might stumble upon incriminating evidence related to a mob connection or a corporate scandal, putting her directly in harm's way. Spoilers tease shadowy figures lurking in the background, perhaps leading to a dramatic chase through the streets of Port Charles, or a tense standoff at her office. Her daughters could rally around her, blending family support with investigative grit to ensure her safety. Joe Palmieri reaches a pivotal decision that ripples out to affect those around him. After wrestling with feelings of isolation, Joe might choose to mend fences with his estranged family, perhaps inspired by a heartfelt conversation or a family heirloom that reminds him of his roots. This choice could influence his relationships, opening doors to reconciliation parties or shared holidays, while challenging others to confront their own family issues in the process. One of the most anticipated moments arrives as Nathan West potentially meets his son, James West, for the very first time. Nathan, emerging from the shadows with stories of survival and redemption, faces a wide-eyed James full of curiosity about his absent father. James, a bright young boy with a love for adventure stories, might bombard Nathan with questions about his disappearance, leading to tender scenes of bonding over ice cream or park outings. This reunion could heal old wounds for the West family, with Nathan vowing to make up for lost time amid tears and laughter. Harrison Chase drops a major revelation that shakes things up, possibly sharing groundbreaking news with Willow Tate. Speculation points to Chase uncovering proof that Drew Kane bribed a judge in Willow, and Michael Corinthus' heated custody battle over their children. This bombshell might involve leaked documents or witness testimonies, forcing Willow to reevaluate her alliances. Michael and Willow's argument about the kids intensifies, with Michael gaining the upper hand perhaps by presenting irrefutable evidence related to Willow's secretive stalking of Daisy Gilmore or ties to the shooting investigation. Their home, usually a haven, becomes a battleground of raised voices and slammed doors, testing the strength of their marriage. Britt Westburn's world gets more complicated as she meets with Jack Brennan, who interrogates her relentlessly about her links to Professor Henry Dalton. Brennan, a no-nonsense figure with a background in intelligence, probes for details on Dalton's groundbreaking research, which might involve experimental medical tech. Enter Jen Sidwell, who could demand a meeting with Britt, revealing her as the mastermind behind Dalton's work and issuing veiled threats in a dimly lit cafe. Britt, caught in this vice, might strategize an escape plan, allying with unlikely partners to protect her secrets. Jocelyn Jacks and S. Vaughn share a crucial talk with Brennan, who issues a stern 24-hour ultimatum for them to sever ties. Despite the pressure, Joss and Vaughn's chemistry proves hard to ignore upon returning to Port Charles, sneaking moments in hidden spots like the waterfront or quiet cafes, defying the odds with stolen glances and whispered promises. Finally, Carly pulls Elizabeth aside for an important discussion, likely centered on Elizabeth's confession to the police about her ominous warning to Drew. This chat could lead to strategic planning, with Carly offering support and perhaps a clever alibi twist, strengthening their friendship amid the chaos. Next, we're exploring the electrifying fallout from Nathan West's jaw-dropping resurrection, as it sends shockwaves through his loved ones and stirs up fresh chaos. In the bustling halls of General Hospital, with emotions running high and secrets bubbling to the surface, This storyline is poised to deliver unforgettable moments of heartache, reconciliation, and unexpected alliances that could reshape family bonds forever. From hidden truths to tender connections, Port Charles is in for a storm of drama that fans won't want to miss. The epicenter of this turmoil begins with Nathan West's miraculous return, emerging from what everyone believed was a fatal end years ago. After a harrowing car crash that left him battered and disoriented, Nathan finds himself under the expert care of the hospital staff, his body mending from fractures and bruises sustained in a high-speed collision. On the outskirts of town, as he awakens in his sterile room, surrounded by beeping monitors and the faint scent of antiseptic, he's greeted by Willow Tate, who steps forward with a warm smile and introduces herself not just as his dedicated nurse, but as his long-lost niece, daughter of Nina Reeves. This revelation hits Nathan like a thunderbolt, his eyes widening in disbelief as fragments of his foggy memory struggle to piece together the family tree. Willow, with her gentle bedside manner honed from years of compassionate nursing, explains the connection softly, perhaps sharing a faded photo from her wallet to jog his recollections. Nathan, grappling with possible amnesia that erases swaths of the past 7 years including explosive events like family betrayals and Port Charles scandals, might respond with tentative warmth, drawn to Willow's kindness as a beacon in his confusion. Unbeknownst to him, Willow carries her own baggage, a turbulent affair with Drew Kane that shattered her marriage, a bitter custody battle with Michael Corinthos over their children, and a fraught relationship with Nina marked by years of resentment and unspoken regrets. This ignorance could foster an instant bond, with Nathan confiding in Willow about vague dreams of his lost life, perhaps even mistaking her nurturing presence for a sign of stability in his uprooted world. As they chat during his recovery sessions, involving physical therapy walks down the hospital corridors or quiet evenings reviewing his charts, Nathan might express gratitude by gifting her a small token, like a handwritten note, symbolizing the fresh start he's craving. This surprising kinship between Nathan and Willow sets the stage for deeper family entanglements, potentially complicating his path back to Nina. Willow's role as his caregiver allows her to share stories of her life, painting a picture of resilience amid personal storms, which Nathan absorbs eagerly without the context of her scandals. He might praise her strength, unaware that her choices have fueled ongoing feuds, including Nina's public criticisms of Willow's impulsiveness. This budding rapport could serve as Nathan's emotional anchor, helping him navigate the disorientation of his return, but it risks igniting jealousy if Nina perceives it as favoritism. Imagine Nathan requesting Willow's presence during visiting hours, leading to heartfelt conversations about dreams and regrets, all while Nina lingers in the background, her heart aching for the connection she yearns to rebuild. Meanwhile, the West family matriarch, Liesl Obrecht, and her daughter Britt Westburn plunge into a whirlwind of conflicting emotions as Nathan's survival upends their world. Liesl, the formidable doctor with a history of fierce protectiveness and occasional ruthless schemes, experiences an overwhelming surge of elation at her son's return, her tears of joy mixing with sharp rebukes directed at Britt for past deceptions. Britt, who's faked her own death before and harbors guilt over secrets tied to underground dealings, finds herself in a state of inner turmoil, her medical expertise clashing with personal regrets as she visits Nathan's bedside. Their ongoing feud intensifies, perhaps erupting in a heated argument in the hospital lounge, where Liesl accuses Britt of withholding information about Nathan's captivity. Rumors suggest it involved a shadowy organization linked to the infamous Five Poppies Hotel, a clandestine spot known for harboring fugitives. Britt might defend herself by revealing snippets of her involvement, like encrypted messages she decoded to track Nathan's whereabouts, but this only fans the flames. Nathan's emerging closeness with Willow adds another layer of distress. If he confides more in his niece than in his mother or sister, it could exacerbate Liesl's fury and Britt's isolation, pushing them to extreme measures like digging into Willow's past for leverage. Fans are buzzing about how this dynamic might force Britt to confront her role in Nathan's disappearance, possibly uncovering evidence of a larger conspiracy involving old enemies. From Port Charles' criminal underbelly, the strain on Liesl and Britt doesn't stop there, as Nina's recent confrontations with Willow over her life choices loom large in the background. Nina, who's battled her way through revelations about her own coma-induced losses and maternal struggles, might feel sidelined if Nathan gravitates toward Willow's supportive demeanor. This could lead to tense family gatherings in Nathan's room, where Liesl mediates with her signature bluntness, urging unity while Britt simmers with unspoken resentments. The possibility of Nathan learning about Britt's fake death through hospital gossip adds fuel, potentially causing him to question loyalties and demand answers in a dramatic bedside interrogation. As the family navigates this minefield, external pressures mount. Maxie Jones lies in a coma nearby, her condition tied to recent traumas, and Damian Spinelli's unwavering devotion at her side might intersect with Nathan's story, offering tech-savvy insights into his amnesia through hacked medical records. At the heart of it all is the question of whether Willow's involvement will fracture or fortify the family unit. If Nathan continues to lean on her for emotional support, sharing laughs over hospital jello or discussing hopes for the future, it might compel Nina to face her shortcomings as a mother, widening the existing rift and leading to explosive arguments in the waiting area. Nina could attempt to insert herself more forcefully, perhaps by bringing homemade meals or old family albums to jog Nathan's memory, only to feel rebuffed if he prefers Willow's neutral perspective. On the flip side, Willow's compassionate nursing might act as a catalyst for healing, encouraging Nathan to bridge gaps by facilitating group visits where stories are shared and forgiveness is tentatively explored. This could culminate in a poignant scene where Nathan, piecing together his past, expresses a desire for unity, drawing everyone closer despite the underlying tensions. The stakes rise with Maxie's coma hanging in the balance. Nathan's return might provide the emotional jolt needed to awaken her, but Willow's central role could spark jealousy from Maxie's circle, complicating recoveries across the board. Social media is ablaze with fan theories and excitement, as viewers on platforms like Facebook chime in with passionate takes. Willow bonding with Nathan is genius. Nina's reaction will be epic. Others speculate on the long-term impacts, wondering if this connection will expose more secrets, like hidden alliances or forgotten betrayals from Nathan's dead years. Next, we're delving into the swirling rumors and wild speculations surrounding the enigmatic rival of Monica Quartermain's mysterious sister, Ronnie, who's poised to shake up Port Charles like never before. As whispers echo through social media and fan forums, this new character emerges not as a benevolent family addition, but potentially as a cunning opportunist with hidden agendas, ready to exploit the Quartermain legacy for her own gain. Buckle up as we unpack the latest buzz, from shady plots to unexpected connections, all while remembering these are unconfirmed theories that could ignite major drama. In the coming episodes, Port Charles is bracing for impact with the introduction of Ronnie, Monica Quartermain's long-forgotten sibling, who's being painted in rumors as anything but the warm, charitable type one might expect from the Quartermain bloodline. Instead of a gracious lady arriving with open arms and heartfelt stories of sisterly bonds, sources are buzzing that Ronnie might be a master grifter, skilled in deception and quick to spot vulnerabilities in wealthy families. Imagine her stepping off a train from some distant city, clad in elegant yet understated attire that hides a calculating mind, perhaps with a suitcase full of forged documents and fabricated tales from a life spent weaving scams across the globe. Social media sleuths on platforms like Twitter and Reddit are abuzz, sharing screenshots of alleged sightings and piecing together clues that suggest Ronnie's past includes high-stakes cons in places like Monte Carlo or Las Vegas, where she allegedly charmed her way into fortunes only to vanish like a ghost. This portrayal flips the script on what fans anticipate a saintly figure, honoring Monica's memory, turning her into a wild card who could disrupt the fragile peace among the Quartermains, forcing them to question loyalties and dig into dusty family archives for proof of her legitimacy. Diving deeper into the heart of the speculation, all eyes are on Drew Kane Quartermain and his alleged master plan to seize control of the iconic Quartermain mansion, the sprawling estate that Monica held dear with its grand ballrooms, secret gardens, and walls echoing decades of intrigue. Drew, still smarting from his abrupt ejection from Monica's memorial service, is rumored to be fueling his vendetta against the family by orchestrating Ronnie's entrance as a pawn in his revenge scheme. Picture Drew in a dimly lit office, poring over old legal papers and plotting with shadowy contacts, his motivation rooted in years of feeling like an outsider despite his Quartermain ties. The key piece of this puzzle is a cryptic letter discovered by attorney Martin Gray, addressed from Ronnie to Monica, which conveniently surfaced just as inheritance talks heated up. Debates rage online. Was this letter a genuine relic from the sisters' estranged past, perhaps written during a forgotten reconciliation attempt years ago? Or did Drew fabricate it entirely, using his resources from his business empire to plant it in Martin's hands? This clever maneuver could be Drew's way of striking back at his arch-nemesis, Tracy Quartermaine, by introducing a claimant who might legally challenge the family's hold on the property, leading to courtroom battles filled with dramatic testimonies and unearthed skeletons from the Quartermaine closet. But the rumors don't stop there. Insiders are whispering even juicier connections that could tie Ronnie directly into Port Charles' web of power players, making her stay anything but temporary. Speculation suggests Ronnie might be the biological mother of Jack Brennan, the enigmatic operative with a history of espionage and high-stakes dealings, which would explain her sudden interest in the town and add a layer of maternal intrigue to her character. Imagine the shock if Jack confronts her in a tense, rain-soaked alleyway, demanding answers about abandoned childhoods and secret identities, blending family drama with thriller elements. On top of that, there's talk of Ronnie being a silent business partner to the ruthless Jen Sidwell, perhaps collaborating on underground ventures like international artifact smuggling or shadowy investments that have tentacles reaching into Port Charles enterprises. These ties could give Ronnie a solid foothold in the community, allowing her to mingle at elite galas or hospital fundraisers while pursuing her alleged grifting goals, all under the guise of reconnecting with Monica's legacy. Fans are theorizing that this alliance might involve hidden safe houses or encrypted communications, positioning Ronnie as a formidable force who could manipulate events from behind the scenes, perhaps even allying with Drew to amplify his revenge plot. It's worth noting that all this chatter remains pure conjecture, with the show's creators deliberately keeping details about Ronnie under wraps to build suspense and keep viewers guessing. Official teasers have been sparse, offering only cryptic hints and previews, like fleeting glimpses of a woman resembling Ronnie lurking near the Quartermaine gates, or exchanging knowing glances with familiar faces. This intentional mystery heightens the anticipation, as producers tease that revelations about her true nature and backstory will unfold gradually in upcoming episodes, potentially through flashback sequences depicting her shared history with Monica Mabe, childhood escapades in a quaint upstate New York town, or a bitter fallout over inherited wealth. As we approach these disclosures, the limited info fuels endless online discussions, with fan theories evolving daily and some even creating mock family trees to map out possible connections. Reflecting on the recent emotional roller coaster in Port Charles, the past week centered on Monica's poignant memorial service, a gathering that brought together a tapestry of loved ones to honor her enduring spirit. Friends and family converged at the elegant Quartermaine estate, sharing tearful anecdotes about Monica's unwavering dedication as a doctor, her fierce protectiveness over her children, and her role as the family's moral compass amidst countless scandals. The atmosphere, initially somber and reflective with floral arrangements and soft piano music, shattered when Drew made his bold, uninvited appearance, striding in with a determined glare that disrupted the proceedings. Tracy, ever the no-nonsense guardian of the Quartermaine name, wasted no time in confronting him, dramatically escorting him to the foyer amid gasps from attendees, and declaring in no uncertain terms that he would never reclaim his place in the family fold. This public humiliation likely fueled Drew's simmering rage, pushing him toward manipulative tactics like leveraging Ronnie to dismantle Tracy's authority, perhaps by contesting the will in a high-profile legal showdown that drags in witnesses from Monica's past. The big question looming over all this is whether Drew will ultimately succeed in his quest for vengeance and control, with Ronnie potentially acting as his unwitting or willing accomplice. The stage is set for explosive confrontations that could redefine the Quartermaine power structure, from heated boardroom debates to clandestine meetings in foggy parks. If the rumors hold true, Drew's bloodlust for retribution might backfire, exposing his schemes and leading to his downfall. Or it could grant him the upper hand, forcing Tracy to form unlikely alliances with characters like Nina or Ava to counter the threat. As Port Charles simmers with these possibilities, we're left pondering the ripple effects on everyone from the youngest Quartermaines to longtime rivals. What are your thoughts on Ronnie's potential role and her ties to Monica? Drop your theories in the comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more sizzling General Hospital spoilers straight from the source.